Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Why Not Me podcast. I am your host, Jerry Ruiz. With me today, I have Salinas' own compa, Aaron Martinez. Say what up,
Yep.
Aaron.
Hey man, how's it going?
Pretty good. So we're gonna break down a little bit today, what it is you do at the Gamers in Control and what the Gamers in Control is all about. Sound good
Sounds
to you?
good.
All
Yep.
right, man. Get comfortable. Get relaxed. This is about to go down. Okay. Well, I first want to say, thanks for being on here, and you're the first person from Salinas on here, so that's a big thing for me.
Nice. Appreciate it, man. I'm glad to be the first.
When I started this, I wanted to help out like local businesses and just everyone around me, just that way they can branch out too. So this is dope. This is
Yeah, man.
progress.
Good.
So while I get started, what is the Gamer in Control about?
So, Gamers in Control is basically my vision that I started when I was 20. Me and my buddies started Gamers in Control back in Gilroy, 2003, I'd say. Yeah. And at the time, there wasn't a video game store in Gilroy. So, we're like, no better time to do it than now. We kind of like thought like the whole vision was a game store for gamers by gamers, therefore the name Gamers in Control.
Makes sense. I can
Mm-hmm.
dig it. When I seen you guys' store there, I was like, oh, this looks dope. How many locations have you had over there?
We kind of were a traveling game store at the beginning. We started off in Gilroy. That's when we first started off in 2003. Um, to be honest, we were just doing what we could. We were making like no money, just basically learning the business. We had a little plaza store, and from the plaza store, we kind of realized it wasn't working out for us. So that's when I decided to make the jump into malls. And then we were in Oak Ridge Mall for 4 years, and then after that, we moved to Salinas, and we put our roots down in Salinas, and couldn't be happier right now. Everybody in Salinas has been awesome. Um, they've been really receptive. Gotta love it, man.
When you say Oak Ridge, is that over there in San Jose?
Yeah, Southside San Jose. We were at Oak Ridge for 4 years. The Oak Ridge Mall, I mean, it being San Jose, they were really, if you weren't a national brand, they didn't care about you.
Oh yeah.
They just stuck me wherever they wanted to. Like it was almost every 4 or 5 months they were like picking me up. I started off in a kiosk. I moved to a bigger kiosk. I moved to a small store. I moved to a slightly bigger store. And then just one day my lease was up and they're like, you know what? We're not going to renew your lease. And I was like, oh, okay. So 4 years, never missed rent, always a good tenant, and they just told me, you know what? We're only going to be keeping spaces for national retailers. So they kind of gave me the boot.
Do you,
And then
do you know
go ahead.
who happened to replace you? Like,
It was a Best Buy mobile store. So yeah, like a mini Best Buy that just sold phones. I'm not sure if it's still there or not. Probably not.
yeah, I don't think so. I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah, it was. It's kind of funny now because all these big malls are going to be struggling because they put all these national retailers focused on them. All of them are closing up or moving to online, and they have these huge stores with no one to fill it now. So it's going to be interesting to see going forward how that moves out.
Yeah, that is pretty funny, man. And it's crazy that that actually turned out to be a blessing in disguise, right?
Yeah, you know what? At the time, I was really down, to be honest. I just bought a house. I was I think like, oh man, basically this is all I've been doing my whole adult life, and it's all changed. Luckily, I did look at the Northridge Mall. The lady that was working there at the time, Jen, she was awesome. She really saw the vision. She saw what I was going for. She gave me a sweet deal. I'll say that because it was when we first started. We were on that side by by Sears, and not the most happening side of the mall, to be honest. But I mean, she at least gave us a shot, gave us a good deal on the rent, and we were able to grow from there and put our roots down.
Um, it's a library now, right? Like that. Are you
No,
no?
I'm not sure what they have there now, to be honest, with everything going on. I mean, the mall just opened up. last Friday. So I'm not sure what they have going on. I'm sure places are still closed down and whatnot.
Yeah, I went there the other day. It was actually pretty packed. I thought it was gonna be kind of. I don't want to say kind of dead. That's kind of messed up to say, but that might not be the best thing.
It's like people want to shop though, man. People are tired of being home. They want to get out there and for better or for worse, they want to get out there and shop.
Yeah, go back to normal, right? Because
Yeah,
it's
some
been a
kind of
crazy
normal.
time.
hmm
So what does a normal workday look like for you?
Well, I guess there's two different normals now. I guess normal for what it is right now. Right now we're on shorter hours. We're only doing 12 to 6. Um, I'll get there an hour ahead of time, 30 minutes ahead of time. Usually use that time to restock everything during that was sold the previous day, rearrange the store, clean up. With everything going on right now, cleaning's a huge deal. You got to wipe down the handles, you got to wipe down the games. We're going through a ton of those, cleaning wipes. It's kind of it's pretty crazy right now how much time we are taking cleaning. Especially the whole buyback process. Everything is you take it in, clean it, disinfect, then put it out for sale.
Yeah, no, that is pretty crazy, bro. I was in LA like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I don't remember how long, but I was
Mm-hmm.
going through some wholesale places, and like in some of the stores, I seen pallets of like the disinfectant wipes. I seen
Yeah.
pallets of the face mask, of just everything for COVID, and I feel like they're
Mm-hmm.
probably buying them and reselling them for a lot, a lot
Oh
online.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody, if there's a way to make a buck, somebody's gonna do it, right?
Hey, we all gotta make a living out here.
Yeah.
I know at the Gamers in Control, it's you and you have another coworker, right?
Yeah. I got a compa number two, Roberto. He's been with me for a long time. That's my ride or die.
Oh yeah.
Very knowledgeable dude. He knows his stuff. Yeah, he's a great asset to the company.
uh, you or did you guys co-found it, or are you the one that
No,
started it?
I co-founded. I mean, way back then, it was me and my best friend at the time. So he was with me at the very beginning for 3 years until we moved to the Oak Ridge, and then at Oak Ridge, he kind of decided that he was going to go work for his family business. They had a donut shop, so bought him out, and it's been me everywhere ever since. So yeah,
That's dope, bro. At least you kept it going.
yeah. I had the vision. I knew I'd get there one day. It just took some time.
Does he? Do you still talk to your friend? You said that's your best
Oh
friend.
yeah, no, he's
Yeah.
my best friend. Yeah.
Does he tell you
I mean,
like? Does he tell you that he's
oh
like
no.
proud of where it's going or anything?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's how it goes. He's not here anymore. He moved over to Atlanta.
Oh,
Way
okay.
cheaper over there. So better for him to move out there. But yeah, no, he still talks. Keep in contact.
Okay. You can give him a quick shout out if you want.
Yeah, my homie Hong Kong. He's my other ride or die.
Hell yeah, man. So whenever you go to Atlanta, you got a place to crash.
Oh yeah, it's always have fun friends in different places.
Hey, so how do you guys approach customers there at the Gamers in Control?
We're lucky. We have really awesome customers, and we have a lot of repeat customers that have kept us busy this whole time that we were down for a little bit, and just really keep us alive and keep us supported. That's our one thing is like I kind of know each customer obviously is different. You have customers who they want to talk to you. So they'll come in. I have customers that are like, oh, they want to talk wrestling, or they want a little bit more of a of course they want to shop, but they also want to talk to you because like I mean they're my friends. And then I also have customers where I know that they don't want to talk. I just say, hey, how's it going? Let them go through. They shop, they pick up their stuff, and they leave. It's different for everybody. Some people they want to be left alone, and
Yeah,
you let them be.
they want to be
So
with their thoughts
you
and
can't have the same approach for everybody. You can't that same customer that doesn't really want to talk. You can't be like, oh, hey, let's pre-order this new Super Mario game that's coming out, or hey, I just got these in. They just kind of like want to do their own thing and get their stuff and get out.
do you know why I'm asking you this?
No.
It's because I remember when I would go to GameStop, like every
Oh,
time I'd go in there, they'd be like, "Hey, do you want to pre-order this game that's coming out or hasn't came out or I don't know, or hey, get this membership or hey, do this or hey, and I'm like, hey, leave me alone." Or
yeah, that's one thing that Gamers in Control. I mean, I don't like pushing stuff down people's throats. Like, if they want to get it, they'll get it. I'll let them know that if we have it. I really I really push stuff on Instagram. That's the way I do my sales.
Yeah, you
And
gotta
then
market it.
eventually, yeah, you market it out that way. But at the same time, I'm not like, as soon as you come in, be like, hey, what's up, man? Hey, we're doing these pre-orders, or hey, you know what? I just got this in. Like I'm very, I don't like the whole. It's almost like a used car salesman. I don't like that feel. I feel like it's fake.
Yeah, no, I feel you. And then like you said, some customers like, hey, look, bro, I just got this in. I'm pretty sure you like this or something like that.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
then yeah, there's also those customers. If I have a customer where I know all they like is platformers, or if they like shoot 'em ups, and I just got some in, you're like, oh hey, I just got this in, check it out. It's like then from there they'll be like, oh yeah, I've been looking for that, or oh I already got that. And you just want people let people know like that, because every little bit helps. There's giving a little bit of information out there for the ones that are more receptive to it, of course.
Yeah, and you want it to be organic too. You don't want it to feel
Yeah.
like just like you said, like a used car salesman. They just want you for your money or something like that.
Yeah, get them in, get them out, everything like that. I mean, there are times where we're busy and I can't do the whole like. I'd love to talk to everybody for like 15 minutes, but it's like, oh, if it's Sunday, Sundays are at the mall. It's
Yeah,
like,
Sundays are crazy,
hey,
bro.
brother, good seeing you. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
I was gonna ask you about how many people you can have in there, but I guess I'll go through that in a little bit. Um,
Yeah, there
do
could
you,
be a whole COVID section how that
yeah,
explains our
that's
business.
what I was saying. Do you
That could be a whole different podcast.
do you guys have a phone number or a phone there?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we still have a landline if you want to get in contact with the old
do
fashioned way.
do people call you?
Yeah, people call. It's not. I mean, obviously not as much as it used to. My phone, I've never done the numbers, but if I went through like the number of DMs I get on Instagram a day compared to the phone, I
I'm
imagine
I'm,
it's probably like 10 times.
I'm talking about your store, bro, not your personal life.
Oh no, yeah, that'd be 100 times more. You call me on my phone, I'm not even picking up. I'm like, who is this? Send me a text like a normal person.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I like talking to people, bro.
Uh,
Obviously, right? I like talking
yeah,
to
honestly,
people.
yeah.
Nah, but the only reason I asked that is because, well, I work at the post office. When
Hmm.
when I answer the phone, I gotta give them the whole, "Hey, this is Jerry. Welcome to, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to the post office. How may I help you?" Do you answer it like
Hmm.
that, or you just like, "Oh, hey, thanks for calling Gamers Control. How may I help you?"
Hey, gamers in control. How can I help you? It's
Okay.
you hear like other places are like Clown Stop. They give you the whole spiel like 2 minutes and then take your question. It's like, no, I know people, they have time. Their time's valuable. They want to ask their question and get out.
Yeah,
So
bro. When they talk to me for like, they give me like that 2 minute thing, and they're like, "How may I help you?" I'll be like, "You know what? I already forgot what I wanted." that's happened, that's
you're
happened to
talking
me
about
before.
pre-orders and selling your games and
Yeah,
like, oh no, no. But
but
yeah, no, it's I have a really simplified approach to my sales.
okay. Is there like certain games that you choose to get in stock, or is there just like a how do you decide what to get in stock there at your store?
It's for the new stuff. It's mainly based off if people are talking about it, like with buzz. Like for example, the Super Mario 3D All Stars, like that dropped that in that Nintendo Direct, and literally right after that Nintendo Direct, my phone was blowing up with DMs on Instagram, like, "Hey, compa, are you going to be getting Super Mario 3D All Stars?" And like I was just like waking up out of bed, my phone already has like 15 messages about this one game. So obviously, we know that we're going to be stocking that. We do the whole big push on that one. We did do a big push on pre-order because it's all being available for only a limited time and all this other stuff. Nintendo likes to give and take away, give and take away. So I just told people, get your order in, get it now. I'm going to do my best to get like as much as we can. We've this is a For this particular release, we ordered 5 times more than we normally would for a game. So it's a lot about buzz. If people are talking about it, you're going to want to get it in. Obviously, if people aren't talking about it or mentioning it, what's the point?
Yeah, no, I agree, bro. And that game you're talking about, I heard they're not even selling like a large amount of games either. They only made a limited amount.
Well, it's a whole thing. Like they use that word limited. It's like, from what I understand, it's available for a limited time.
A limited time.
I don't believe that they're only making a limited number of copies, because in software that's not how you make any money. Um, but then again, having it only available for a limited time doesn't make sense either. But it's all it's kind of work. It's kind of a double-edged sword because it is creating a huge buzz for it. People are pounding down my door to want to get this game. So
Yeah, no, that is pretty crazy. What games does that have? If you don't mind me asking.
Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario 64, and Super Mario Galaxy 1. Not part 2, just part 1.
Just part one.
Everybody's complaining about they wanted part 2, but I think they were going for the first 3D adventure for each system. So.
Oh, okay. Or they're saving that for later, huh? For the
Oh
the
yeah, or
sequel.
the downloadable content. Yeah.
Which one was your favorite out of those three?
I'd go Sunshine.
I never
Sunshine.
played
That
that
was a
one.
big old, yeah, Sunshine. I mean, that was a good one. I'd go that one out of the three. Galaxy, to be honest, I mean, we was huge at that time. I didn't have one at my house set up, but and then of course 64 we had set up. But I mean, I just felt like Sunshine out of those three is the better one.
Um, since you asked me, I'd probably pick the Nintendo 64 one.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that one either.
I remember my mom came home with the 64, and I don't know if it came with the game or she bought the game with it, and it was the ice blue 64 too, the see-through
Oh
one.
yeah, that's the clean one. Yeah.
Yeah, so it looked tight, and I was like, "Oh, let me play this." And dude, I was like tripping out. I was like, "Dang, 3D!" I'm like, "What the heck is
Yeah.
going on here?"
First time. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have good memories with that game. It's crazy,
Hmm.
bro. And that's why I like your store too, cause you guys don't just sell the brand new games. You guys have like a bunch of stuff in stock.
Yeah, no, that's what separates us from the pack. I am the retro king of the A31. We got everything from old school to new school and everything in between. So, I that's what I like to pride ourselves on, our selection of games and having that stuff available to people. It's a trip down memory lane. If we are just selling Switch, PS4, you get that everywhere. You go to Walmart and get Switch and PS4. If you want to come see old school games, you're gonna go to Gamers in Control.
Nah, that's true, bro. What's the
Hmm.
oldest thing you've had in your store? I guess, not counting
I
a
mean, we
person.
have we have like we go back to original Atari. That's the oldest thing we've had in our store. I mean, that stuff we carry in the back. To be honest, we don't keep it on shelf space because we are a little bit of a smaller store, and our shelf space is valuable. So if somebody does ask, we'll pull out the bin for them. But Atari, we got that. That's the oldest thing that we have currently.
Oh, okay, damn, that's crazy. Atari.
Mhm.
Do people ask for that a lot, or is it just like just a random?
No, one off. People will look like, oh, what are your Atari games? We sell them for like $1 a piece. So it's not really high demand. It's not the golden age of gaming. People generally want it's all in cycles. Like Nintendo was really hot, then Super Nintendo was really hot. Right now, GameCube. If I get anything GameCube in, I take a picture of it, post it on our stories on Instagram. It's sold.
Yeah.
It depends on it's all cyclical. It goes from people who were kids, young, like you and that N64. You remember that you're a young adult, you got a job, you got some money. Like, oh, I remember that. Oh, I'm gonna go buy that N64 now or look that up. And remember my old school days.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. All my family in Mexico's got all my old systems.
Yeah, you felt victim of it's for your cousins. They
Yeah,
don't have
bro.
anything. Yeah.
When I would upgrade, they would go ahead and give my old system to my family in Mexico, which is cool.
Yeah,
I don't mind
which
it.
is good. Yeah, it's good to help out when they don't have it, but at the same time, you're like, fuck, I really wish. I'm sorry if I cuss.
Nah,
My
you
bad.
can cuss all you want, bro. This is your
Oh,
episode.
okay. I want to keep it in line. I don't want to be cussing like a sailor. But
No,
you're like, damn, I wish I had my N64 games, or I wish I had my Nintendo games, But they're all in Mexico with your primos.
yeah, hell yeah, bro. Hey, at least when I go visit, I have something to play with, huh?
Yeah, there you go.
Nah, the only thing that sucks is like, damn, it's worth this much now.
Yeah, that's kind of the kick in the ass. You're like, hey, don't sell my stuff.
Yeah, for reals, man. I don't even know if they have it anymore now. It's probably gone.
Oh yeah.
But what would you say is? I already asked you what the oldest thing is, but what would you say is one of your favorite or one of the coolest things in your store right now?
In the store right now, well, we just sold it. Actually, no, wait, we still have it available. we had the Game Boy player for GameCube today, but that just sold. That's one of my favorite things because you can play your. I'm a really big fan of the Game Boy Advance. You can play your Game Boy Advance games on your TV through your GameCube with the GameCube controller. So that was always really cool. But the coolest thing we have right now is we have a Jungle Green N64 complete in box. But what's nice about this particular one is that the controller is like never been used. It's still in the wrap, and it has the ties around it. Power cord still in wrap, never been used. The system is it's minty. It's just so minty. And that's probably the coolest thing we have in right now.
Does that one have Donkey Kong?
That's the one that they marketed with Donkey Kong. They did two different boxes. They did the really big box where you got the a regular gray 64. Actually, maybe they did a green one too. But I remember seeing a gray 64 with the expansion pack. You needed that back in the day to play Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
And then bundled that with the game. And then they have the standalone, which is known as the Fantastic color for the Jungle Green. Like your ice blue was called a Fantastic Ice Blue. They did gray, they did orange. So those are really popular. I mean, if you had that ice blue one, that'd be worth a pretty penny right now.
Yeah, well, people in Mexico have it.
Yeah.
It's balling out. Some cartel member has it somewhere, probably.
Yeah. Playing GoldenEye.
Yeah. Yeah, they probably put gold accents on it too. Who knows?
Yeah.
Nah, but you know what? GoldenEye was dope, bro. That was one of my favorite too.
That started the whole multiplayer shooting games. That Halo took to the next level.
It probably didn't age well. I'm sure if I played it right now, it'd be terrible.
The graphics are a bit rough, but good games. Good gameplay still never goes out of style.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. With like the newer games, if it just looks nice, eventually it's not gonna look nice anymore in the future. So
yeah, it's there's only so much that you can look at a pretty game for.
Yeah, that's true. That doesn't go with just games though.
Yeah, that's true too.
So what would be a good reason to go shop at your store?
Well, number one, we got good prices. I mean, I love telling people to come shop with me because I do provide a good service. At the same time, though, I'm going to save you some money, especially if we're talking comparison to the other guys. I mean, one of their biggest struggles, they just have a really archaic pricing system. You know, a brand new game is $59.99. The used game of the same, or the used one, same game, $5 cheaper. It's like, well, who the hell's going to just, you might as well buy the new one, So we have the good pricing. We have the good selection. If you're looking for harder to find stuff, we have that in store. With trade-ins too, geez, man, it's laughable if you want to like compare trade-ins me versus those guys. We just did a trade-in the other day where they're offering 1 cent for a Pokeball Plus.
Hey.
1 cent. It's like, okay. It's like,
would you give them 2 cents?
I could give them 10 cents and be like, hey, man, I give you 10 times what they're offering.
Yeah.
But no, we don't do our customers like that.
Yeah, no, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, and then also another thing, too, is our Funko Pops are always popping off, That's been a huge addition to our store is Funko Pops. I mean, you pop heads, they love their Pops, and they're
that's why
always
I go.
buying. Yeah, they're buying. You're buying not just one. You're buying 2, 3, 4 at a time. You're buying that to complete that series. You're looking for that one that's been eluding you. Those have been a big thing. So if you're into any of that stuff, I mean, Gamers and Control where it's supposed to be at.
The funny thing is, I think that's what's keeping GameStop afloat right now is the Funko Pop.
They have their tie-in with them. It's definitely helping them. They have a lot of things going wrong that they need to get sorted out. I don't want to help them out anyway, but
yeah, that's true. Hey, but if they want to pay you for some advice, then who knows?
Yeah, they want to pay you some advice. Yeah, I still ain't gonna help them. No.
Yeah. Then one day I'm gonna go by and it's gonna say Game Stoppers in control.
No, never.
The only reason I keep bringing them up is because I don't really like GameStop too much, and I really like what you're doing. So
yeah, no, I mean I don't mind it. I mean, if they were doing something better than me, then I would be like, okay, then maybe not talk about it. But I'm very transparent. Like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna film the skit when we get everything back to normal, where we're right by them. We can't hide. We're right there. You're gonna go bring your stuff in, get a quote from me for a trade-in. Oh, okay, I'm gonna go check them out. Okay, go check them out because I just was on their website and I saw what they offered, and I'm offering you, 25% more. You
Yeah.
know, I always see it. They walk out the door, 10 minutes go by, they walk right back. You're right here.
You're like, you know what? I'm offering you less now.
Yeah.
The walkaway fee.
it just went down. No.
Nah, yeah, bro. I remember like I bought a game. I don't even remember what game. No, my cousin bought a game. It was like Left 4 Dead, and he didn't like it. I didn't like it. It was whack. So we went to go trade it back, and they were offering him like $17. And like,
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing too. It's like it just sucks. They treat everybody. You're a number to them. You're a dollar sign.
yeah, and I get it that you got to make your money too. That
Mhm.
but
Yeah, I mean I've had it happen too before where something comes to mind where I had a particular customer. He bought Dragon Ball Kakarot. That was a big release that just happened, and he bought it and he traded back the next day and like just absolutely hated it. He was like,
yeah,
oh, I just don't want it. But I was like, oh, really? Like, you don't want to like maybe just give it a shot, give it some time. Maybe you'll like it. He's like, no, I don't want this game anymore. I was like, okay. So, I mean, I can't take it back, obviously, for full value because then I lose money.
yeah,
But I made it so like I knew like I'm going to put it on the shelf and it's going to sell,
yeah.
So you give them a trade, like that game would have sold for like $45, like you. So you give him a $40 credit. Yeah, he takes a $20 hit. But I mean, I'm making $5 on the resale of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm not getting rich off that deal, But at the same time, we can't do it as a charity,
Yeah, exactly. No, I get it too. And then that also buys loyalty. That's
Yeah,
that $5 you make.
it's a good customer. They come back. They always. That's another thing. You always want. I have a lot of loyal customers. That's one thing that I'm really proud of, and I really appreciate is all of the loyal customers that we have. There's a lot of them. They're almost. Like I've been invited to like baby showers and stuff, over the years for customers and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is always I thought like really cool,
Well, they want you to bring a video game gift or something.
Oh, I know, yeah. In the baby of Switch, I'm like it's a baby.
Yeah. They're like, hey, bro, you got that PS5?
Yeah. Baby can't even walk yet. Even PS5.
There's this little running gag I'm doing. I'm trying to bring up every time for my fiance to get me the PS5.
Oh yeah.
Because you know how that's kind of a meme.
Yeah.
So that's my plug-in right now.
There you go.
Are you guys gonna carry that?
No, that is one thing where us being a smaller company, the big companies they won't give us the first shot at release dates. It will be a while before we actually get them. But to be honest, give you a little backside on brand new sales for systems. You make like no money.
Yeah.
Like these things, they're gonna sell for $500, $600.
500.
Yeah.
And
And that's I think like you're getting it for $10 less. The only way that you make any money is if you put them on eBay. But then you put them on eBay, you're a dick.
Yeah, you're a flipper. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a flipper, and then you're not even making any cash off or really off that side because you're getting hit with fees, you're getting hit with shipping. You're getting hit on the PayPal side. So. Granted, I'd love to have it if we could get them in for my customers, but I always tell them I'm not butthurt if they're gonna go to Best Buy or whatnot. Get your PS5. We'll have the games.
Yeah, I was about to say you have the games and the peripherals.
Like, we'll have games, but they're not gonna give us the systems right off the bat.
Is that kind of where they make the money too? Is like, well, we'll kind of take the loss.
On new games, it's not really that great either. That's why you're seeing a lot of these games now try to do like the DLC. They try to make some money on the back end. On that side,
all of them now, bro.
Yeah, they want a microtransaction you to death.
Yeah, it's crazy. Or like Fortnite, bro. I don't really play Fortnite. I don't know. I might look like a person.
I've given it a shot 3 different times. I don't get it. If that game makes $1 million a day, but I don't get it.
Yeah, I think it's more for the younger generation, like the young generation. But
yeah.
Their game is free, but they make all kinds of money off all their cosmetics and all that stuff in there.
Oh yeah, they know what they're doing. It's just like kind of it's like the drug dealer that first hit's free, and then you keep coming back for more.
Exactly. I was gonna say, you probably have a lot of drug dealers go to your store and be like, "Hey, someone gave me an Xbox for payment. What can you give me for this?"
No comment. Had that happen before. Hey, you want to buy these J's? Somebody gave them to me. I'm like, what size are they? No.
Exactly. Let me see your shoes right now.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, I'm sure you get a lot of crazy, or not crazy, but just random people.
I mean, I think that kind of comes with any kind of retail setting,
Yeah,
especially what's being a video game and that we buy stuff. That's another thing is you get a lot of people that just are just offloading stuff. I mean, that's a whole podcast. We could go on all kinds of stories of buyback shenanigans, from people.
nah, that's true. And then I guess this kind of ties into like the other GameStop. I guess them giving you only like $17. Let's just say like you're someone that like let's just say some accident happened and you need money and like you're struggling and they just give you $17. It's like, bro, it's like I'm struggling right now and you're not even helping
That's
me.
one thing that happens with because you do realize if somebody's coming in with games that they're selling for cash, most times than not they're in need of money. We do our best that we can, but at the same time, we can't be doing stuff for charity. Like
Yeah.
I've heard stories like I got kicked out, I need to pay rent. It's like, yeah, okay, I want to help you out, I'm going to treat you fair, but at the same time, I just can't be like, oh, here's an extra 30% because you're going through a hard time.
Yeah.
I need to pay my rent, I need to pay my mortgage.
Exactly. I would say you'll be in the same
I
situation.
need to pay Copa number 2. It's like it's a fine line, and you don't want to be disrespectful to people, but at the same, you kind of just have to like smile and nod because a lot of times people bullshit you too.
Yeah, I was about to say everyone was gonna come in saying
yeah.
everyone's gonna come in losing their.
You take everything at like face value because that's half the time people are just trying to get over on you.
Nah.
My favorite is when the guys have their women call. I want to sell this. I want to sell this, and you could hear the guy talking on the phone on the other side, like ask him this, ask him this. I always thought like, do they think I'm gonna give her more? Because she sounds hot, or it's like no, it's all the same scale. It doesn't matter what sex you are. You're getting treated equally.
Yeah, if anything, I'm gonna rip her off. Nah.
She probably doesn't know what she has. No.
No, but yeah, I know. Customer service is crazy. Do people just walk in like I guess like maybe like homeless people or just people on drugs sometimes? Do they walk in and just?
With us being on the outside of the mall, we do get it in. It's not that bad because I will give props to the mall. They are really good on policing everything. Like, just you think like that more stuff would go down at the mall, but I've been there 10 years now. Actually, well, this October will be 10 years.
All right, anniversary, huh? Look at that.
Yeah, I know. I had a big old plan set up too, homie. Don't even get me started on that. I can't do any of that shit now because of COVID. They have a barbecue and get a tent out there.
Damn.
Can't do nothing now. But yeah, with us being on the outside of the mall, but you do get, but also too, they're just like they're down on their luck. It's like you can't. They come in, they look around. I have the feeling most of the time they're just looking, if the restroom's open.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, how's it going? Let them mose around, and they realize they just go on.
Yeah. I guess I could kind of tie that in with do you guys do midnight releases or do you guys plan to?
No, I mean I don't do any of the midnight releases for multiple reasons. For one, I ain't gonna be at the store at midnight.
Compa number 2.
Let's be real. Compa is gonna be in bed. He is not a young man anymore. He's at bed at midnight. So I'm not gonna be out there. At the same time, the mall has a lot of restrictions with doing anything like that because you're bringing a bigger crowd in or anything like that. So, and to be honest, the least or the less you interact with the mall, the better. The more they leave you alone. The mall is still the mall. There's still management. You keep on bugging them, asking them stuff. They start paying more attention to you. They start bugging you, asking you to do stuff. The least you interact with them, the better, in my opinion.
They just want their money.
They want their money. It's messed up too, is because the mall was closed that whole time, and they're charging everybody inside the mall
full price.
Which is full price.
Yeah.
Which is just, man, just so terrible. At least with me, I'm so lucky. I'm so blessed. I'm on the outside. I didn't have to be shut down for all that time.
Yeah.
I was able to do curbside pickup, which is easy for our customers. Because all the people on the inside just got screwed over big time by the mall. They weren't helping nobody out. I'm sure. Well, they probably helped out the big corporations, but
Yeah, or the big corporations had a little more money to keep spending on
yeah,
that
to
too.
float them, So that's a whole other thing too.
And yeah, and the crazy thing is like I always see stores closing down inside the mall, and I'm assuming because the rent is probably expensive.
I guess it's all subjective. The rent can be expensive. Oh, I mean, I came from San Jose, and San Jose, geez, the rent over there is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Um, Here it's better, but at the same time, it's not. I mean, it's not cheap.
Yeah, no. Especially if
Yeah.
like people watching this like from out of the state, they're probably like, "What?
Uh,
They don't 5,000?"
yeah, no, yeah. It's still a mall in California, so yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true, bro. The only reason I asked is because I remember, I think the last time I did a midnight release was for the Gears of War 3 Xbox 360.
hmm
And the only I remember doing that because I wanted to download the game so the next day I could wake up and play
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That was before all the pre-downloads and all the online downloads.
Yeah, I feel like the whole midnight release thing too is to be honest, another reason. Just no people. I just don't think a lot of people are into it anymore. It used to be a big
Yeah.
ordeal. It's like, oh, we're gonna go hang out with my buddies and get this game at midnight. But that's, I feel like, gone by the wayside.
Yeah, and then too, I remember they used to do like tournaments and they used to do more stuff like that, which cost money.
hmm
So I feel like it used to be an event. So and like now they don't really
Yeah,
hype it up
and
like that.
also, I mean, and now can't do any of that with COVID. So
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
that's another reason why I'm not doing no midnight releases. I don't
Well,
have a group of people
I was just
coming
curious, man.
yelled up at the mall.
Yeah. Oh, and you don't want them all going to your house at midnight either. Have
Oh
the
yeah,
cops
no.
come. um, do you play any of the games like at your shop other than to test them?
And we're just so busy, you can't like play games. I mean,
Yeah.
that's another thing too. Is a common misconception is that we get to play games all day. It's like, no,
Yeah.
you get games in, you test them out. I mean, how would it look if I had my back turned to the customers and I'm playing,
Hey, you
the
tell
Nintendo
them,
64?
tell them, hey,
Like,
I'm playing online. I can't pause it. Sorry. Hold
yeah,
on.
no, I'm trying to rank up right now. So yeah, it's one of the common misconceptions. Like, no, we don't just sit around and play games. You get your stuff in. We're always buying games. I mean, I took today off, but the whole time today is compa number two Roberto is sending me pictures of all the stuff he's gotten in today. And you're taking it in, you're cleaning, you're processing, you're putting it out, and that's just the buyback part of it. Not to mention all the customers coming in that are buying, registering for games, stuff like that. So there's always a constant. Back in the day when we first started off, we had 4 TVs set up, and yeah, all we do was playing video games because, to be honest, we had no customers.
Yeah.
uh, Things change when you become more successful. You have to work, and you got to put in that time and that effort, and it's I wouldn't have any other way. Trust me. I don't want to have the time to sit down and play video games at the store. I want to be busy.
Hell yeah, you want to make that money, bro.
Yeah, you gotta do what you can.
um, I guess since I was talking about shady people going in, I guess maybe we're thinking about adults. But do you get a lot of kids trying to buy like 18 plus video games?
Oh yeah, you get a lot of kids that want to come in. Of course, everyone wants to buy Grand Theft
Grand
Auto.
Theft Auto,
Everybody
yeah.
wants Call of Duty. You get the 8-year-old that comes in. Oh, I want to buy Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm like, no, homie, I'm not going to sell you Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm like, rated M game. You have to go get your mom. And the sad thing is, the mom comes in and buys it for him. So it's like, I would have saved her a step if I just sold it to the kid.
Do they ever get mad at you that you don't sell them the game to their kid?
No, because I let them know. It's like, hey, I'm doing it. I'm not the parent, but at the same time, it's like I can't just be, these games have curse words. You're shooting people. I can't be selling that to obviously like 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
Another thing though is on the same thing is that you'll have guys who are like obviously like 17, 16, 18. Maybe they don't have an ID, and they're like, "Do I need an ID to buy this?" I'm like, "No, you're 18, homie. I could look at you and tell that
Yeah.
your mom's not gonna come yelling at me with you Call of Duty,
Yeah.
So that it kind of goes both ways. You get the different aspects because there are certain stores if you don't have an ID, they're not gonna sell you the game.
Yeah. And is that like a legal thing or just
No,
like a
it's not a
guideline?
legal thing. It used to be on the ballot. I remember shit, probably like maybe 8 years ago or 10 years ago, it was a real hot topic. They were trying to get it passed, like you needed to have ID to buy M-rated games. But if more moved to just a store policy, company policies, they to like, oh, if you're not 18, you can't buy this.
Yeah.
I don't. There's worse things that you could buy.
Yeah,
we're
that's
not
true.
selling.
You want to name
We're
them?
not selling booze. We're not selling the stuff you can do in the games. We're just selling the games.
Exactly. Hey, meet me in the alley and I'll sell you this video game, kid. Don't trip.
Yeah. Get the cash ready.
Yeah. It's a little extra though. The walk-in fee. um, I guess I keep seeing a lot of GameStop stores that are closing down, or like in the news they keep putting like, oh, another 400 stores closed down, especially now because of COVID. I'm assuming that kind of
Yeah,
affected
the numbers going to go higher. I
too.
mean, that's another thing that's still with big retail. They got to cut overhead, and it's not cheap having all these stores and having all these employees if you're not moving any product.
Yeah.
That's one thing that us being smaller, we're able to adapt to it more. I like working. I don't have a ton of employees. It's me and it's compa number two. I like being at the store. I had the day off today, and to be honest, I was bored. Because we can't really, it being with COVID and everything. And at least lucky today we got some fresh air.
Yeah, it's not all smoky.
Yeah, if I'm taking the day off, I want to go to a baseball game. I want to go on a road trip. I want to go do something. I don't want to just be like hanging around the house. I was doing chores all day. I'm like, same thing. I'm doing work, but I'm not getting.
You're not getting paid.
Just over there cleaning my pool.
Yeah. Oh, nice. What's it called? I'll clean it if you let me swim in it.
Okay. Deal.
Yeah, and I heard that they're going bankrupt too, which sucks to hear, but for you, I'm sure that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it sucks for them, but at the same time, I mean, to be honest, that people losing jobs, that's never a cool thing.
Yeah.
It's like, it's we don't want people, it's already tough as it is, and then people losing job, it sucks. Every store that closes, jobs lost.
That's a whole crew.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully they people rebound and whatnot, but yeah, at the same time, it's like, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
I'm not sad, but at the same time, I'm not happy for the people.
Yeah, that could be a compound number two there. That's just a diamond in the rough.
Yeah, there you go. Don't tell compound number two. He wants to see number two.
Okay. But I guess, do you remember like Blockbuster? You remember renting video games when you were younger?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good old day.
that was dope because like we couldn't afford brand new video games all the time, so I remember going in and like seeing the covers and like, oh, I've been wanting this game. They finally have it in stock. And that's like a piece of Americana, especially for like my generation. I'm 37, so if you're around my age, you remember, Friday night you're gonna go get, watch a VHS, go get Lion King, and go get the Super Nintendo game, I remember, do you remember having that little rewinder for the VCRs? Did you have one of those?
Oh no, I didn't have one that was just rewinder. We had to do it the old-fashioned way, just rewind.
Yeah, dang, dude. They would do it in like a minute. You just put it in there, like plop it down, and it just rewind it. Yeah. I remember my dad would always tell me like, "Oh, before we return it, go rewind the movies. I don't want them to charge us or anything."
Oh yeah, smart man. Yeah. I remember because we didn't have all the information. We didn't have the internet back then. You just like look at a game and you'd be like, "Oh, cool, this game looks like it kicks ass," and then you get it home and it sucks, and you're like, man, I'm stuck with this game for like 3 days. That was like the only shot I had to play this game, and I wasted it on this.
Hell yeah!
My mom would be mad at me.
Yeah, exactly. You had to pass it.
Yeah. Take me back. We'll do another game. No, I just got you that one.
I think there was maybe like three that were like that, but other than that, I pretty much got the bangers that they had there.
There you go. You were well informed.
Yeah, man. I guess I was a smart little kid when I was younger.
There you go. Yeah, you had a good eye.
I remember too. I think it was Pizza Hut or Domino's. I don't remember exactly which one. They'd have the little demos, like when you'd order a pizza or something.
Oh.
You never got that?
No.
Yeah, it had like the demos on the PlayStation. I remember it had like one of the newer GoldenEyes on there. It had like Fusion Frenzy when I got one for the Xbox.
Oh, nice.
Maybe Tomb Raider. So like, you could keep it. So like I
Hmm.
played those demos like repeatedly because
Yeah, you got that first level down or
yeah,
whatever they got.
exactly. So
I remember those. That used to be a big thing in magazines too. You get like the latest electronic gaming monthly, and it might have like a demo disc, like a bonus episode or of
or
some games
the
coming
Microsoft
out.
magazine too. They had the Xbox
Yeah.
games.
Now you just hop on YouTube.
Yeah, bro. Exactly. On Twitch, you watch someone
Yeah,
else play it.
yeah. That's another thing too is everybody's informed with shopping now. It's like honestly, if somebody comes in and like oh, tell me about this game, and I'm like, I don't like bullshitting people. If I don't know, I'm like, oh, you know what? To be honest, I don't know anything about this game, but I will find out for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Go on the computer, type it up, look at it, like, oh, okay, it's a strategy RPG.
So you said you had internet back then. You remember having AOL?
We had AOL, we had the whole run the phone line
Yeah.
down to the computer, plug it into the back, talk to people on the internet. Like if
Yeah,
I were a
that.
chick, who
Yeah.
knows who you were talking to?
Exactly. It's just a picture of like just
Yeah,
some random
I was
picture.
lucky I didn't get abducted as a kid.
Yeah, bro. I remember. I remember. Well, when you start up the internet, it make that like nasty noise. It's like, "Err, err,
Yeah,
err." And then
like it's some electronic music.
yeah, and then you couldn't talk on the phone either if you were online. You
Yeah,
could.
so
It was
somebody would
one or the
call and
other.
your grandma would call your house and knock you off the line.
Yeah, bro. Or all right, we're back. I I jinxed it by talking about bad internet.
There you go. Somebody called you right now.
Yeah, bro.
Your grandma called you and said, "Mijo, did you eat tonight?"
If you guys are still alive watching this, go ahead and comment because I want to know who's still here. That'd be dope. Sorry about that. I think I've only had a problem once on here before with the internet not working, but I guess there's a second time for everything, huh?
And 2020, man, least of your issues.
Yeah, and yeah, that's true, bro. I was gonna say, what direction do you want to take your company in?
Just keep on going the way we're going. I need to really focus on the content that we're posting out and do a better job of growing that. I feel like that's something that I could definitely moving forward expand on. I guess another silver lining of this whole COVID thing is this is like the first time where I'm stepping in front of the camera for like our Instagram posts and like talking and introducing myself basically to a whole different group of people, and just kind of growing with that and taking that to another level, expanding YouTube views and stuff like that going forward. That's one thing that I need to focus on, and that will in turn basically any kind of content you put out is basically a little commercial for the store. You put out more content for the store, basically more commercials, get more people viewing it, more people going to your store. You know, Even if you do one video and you get one repeat customer, that one repeat customer will be with you going forward, and it's worth more than any kind of monetization you get off a video on like YouTube. So go both ways.
Nah, hey, that's dope, bro. Marketing and I guess social media
Mm-hmm.
is a big aspect. That's one reason why I wanted to invite you on here too. That way, people can know
Mm-hmm.
more about the man that runs the show.
Yeah, that's what we like to get in front of it. It's kind of like I don't want to say like almost me introducing myself as compa. It's not like a character, but it kind of almost is because
It is
nobody.
like a character, yeah, like
Yeah, but
alter ego.
nobody's ever. You want to? Okay, well, I haven't done this. I'll do the whole compa story. So, of course, growing up, I'm Mexican. My
Wow.
dad and like his other compadres, they hey compa, grab me a beer, hey compa. So you always hear like this word growing up, and then obviously being in Salinas, a lot of Latinos in Salinas. A lot of my repeat customers, I would just like talk to them. One repeat customer named Roberto, not the compa number two, another Roberto. I remember I was talking to him on Facebook Messenger, actually, I think, and he was like, oh, do you have this game in stock? And I was like, instead of just saying like, yeah, I do, I said, pues sí, güey,
Yeah.
just like, and he's like, arato compa, and I was like, oh yeah, compa. I'm like, oh compa, I'm just gonna kind of take that and like kind of run with it.
Yeah.
And that's the origin of trying to get compa over. And now it's funny because like people they just come in and be like, hey, what's up, compa? thanks, compa. It's really it's kind of like spreaded like wildfire. Oh, shouldn't say like wildfire right now. Bad time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotten over with the customer base, which is really cool. I like it, because it seems more personable. Because I think before all this, maybe customers kind of thought maybe I was a little bit I could have think I'm a little bit more intimidating. I mean, I'm a bigger guy, I have I have longer hair, beard, whatnot. Maybe they don't see me as being like,
Your
more
friendly
approachable.
neighborhood compa.
Yeah, now it's like now I get in front of the camera, I talk, I'm like I tell everybody I'm compa. They're like, oh, okay, it's compa, so it gets over a little bit more and it's more inviting, But yeah, like the other day, like I kind of still catches me off guard because like randomly one guy came in, he's like, hey, I'm looking for compa. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, oh, that's me. I'm like, oh, you're talking to him. He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, let me see if he's in the back real quick.
Yeah.
Well, you said that your dad used to call you compa. I guess I have a similar story too, but can you guess what word he would call me?
I don't know.
He'd always call me way.
Oh. I was gonna say pendejo, but no.
Nah, that's what. Yeah. And yeah, every once in a while when I do something stupid, he'd call me that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I always thought way was like compa, or like homie, or like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, in a way, it kind of is, but
Yeah. It's a little bit more derogatory, but kind of not. It's
Yeah.
like, I mean, being in Salinas, you hear it all the time. I wave, I'm this way,
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're around like maybe a little bit more, uptight people, are like, oh, he's cursing. It's like,
Yahweh.
it's not like Yahweh, nah way.
Yeah. Nah, but for real, but like all growing up, my dad would call me that, so I always thought it meant
Yeah.
like friend or
Yeah.
buddy or bro.
Then you said it at school and got in trouble.
Yeah, nah. So and he still calls me that till this day. Do you know a John Wilson?
Oh yeah, that's my homie.
Ah, okay.
Another ride or die.
All right. Well, he wants to talk about the Oakland A's. We can do that. We can do that a little later. I have a live question segment. You can ask him something. What he maybe about the A's. But yeah, I wanted to give him a shout out. He's in the chat.
Nice. What's up, John?
And
actually, John just showed me a new beer. It's called Compa. So I need to look that up.
Oh, okay. What kind of beer is that? Like Mexican beer or something?
I think, I imagine. Well, I hope it's a Mexican style beer. Taking it and using it for like a double IPA or something.
Oh, hey, I like IPAs too. So who knows?
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
We'll only take a couple of those.
He said it's an IPA.
And, damn.
Well, hey, Mexicans are in the fields, bro, with the hops, so
Yeah, there you go.
It makes sense too. I guess on one more serious question, and we'll go to a little funner ones. So what other ways has COVID affected your store?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a whole list of it. In ways, it's made me realize that stuff could just be taken away from you, like that. Like I remember being, I guess you would say, ignorant to it. Be like, oh, in March, you're like, nothing's gonna come of this. This isn't gonna be a big deal. It's not gonna be. We'll get through this, no problem. And then you hear, oh, actually, Monterey County shutting down. Actually, the mall shutting down. You can't be open at all. And it's like, you have to go home and not work when all I've ever done in my life is work. And it's like, I have to stay home now. Which it sucked. That was actually a really tough time. That's why I did the whole Compa home shopping network and try to do something, because I was bored out of my mind. I'm used to going to work and talking to people and socializing. You can't.
Were you a little depressed?
I would say that at the beginning, yeah, it sucked. Like I like going out and working. And all of a sudden you say I can't do it, and not to mention you're not making any. Well, I mean, we were still doing the sales, but it's not nearly what you would make if you were actually open.
Yeah, and then it's not the same either. Not being in your actual store that you raised from the ground up.
So yeah, it's different. It's like I'm at my house doing videos. It's like really weird.
Really
but,
weird videos.
Now it's really.
You mean OnlyFans?
Yeah. Yeah. Don't tell nobody.
I'll put the link
But
in the
yeah,
description.
like it's taken away from you. Then the I guess, like I said, the silver lining is that just kind of creating a focus on content and how important that is.
Yeah.
Getting people to see you, get the word out about your store. Um, that's been a huge thing. And then just being aware, of everything that's going on. You have to. It's good to. I mean, I'm always aware of what's going on inside my store, but you kind of almost have to like watch people. Like you're seeing people who come in, especially at the beginning, people are being dumb. Like they come in, they have their mask on, they go to the corner of the store, they take the mask off. It's like, don't make me have to go over to you and be like, hey, put on your mask. I'm not doing it to be a dick. I'm telling you, are the rules. We're gonna follow the rules. Luckily, people have been cool since then, kind of just fallen in line and got the idea. But yeah, that's that, and then the cleaning. Geez, it's constant cleaning now. It's pretty. I mean, yeah, it's, mind your P's and Q's, So, but those are the huge takeaways from all that.
So the only positive from COVID that you got was that I guess your social media game got a little stronger, or
Yeah,
your
social
marketing.
media got stronger. Kind of realized I have to do a better job of promoting not only the business but promoting myself.
Yeah.
And then also it made me realize that how much I almost take your customers for granted because you don't see them all the time and they just like they're taken away from you. Or
Yeah.
not to take it for granted, but appreciate them more because they were the ones that were helping me through everything. Because even though we weren't open, every day I was still talking to people
Yeah.
because through Instagram, instant messaging. And so, I mean, yeah, I wasn't seeing people, but I was still conversating with people. And then, that helps me get through it, the whole being stuck at home.
Yeah.
So it's even though you're not seeing them, you're still talking to people and conversing with them. And maybe even you're helping them go through it. I actually had a lot of people tell me, too, which is I thought was kind of shocking. I didn't know I could do this for somebody. They were like, oh, bro, these videos that you're making for your Instagram during COVID are like getting me through this time, just making me laugh, So I was like, oh, it's kind of crazy that like almost I'm an entertainment to people. I'm an escape for people, getting some kind of where they're not focused on just all the crap that's going on in the world.
I enjoyed watching your little marketing videos that you did. It's
Yeah,
just I like seeing people think outside the box. I like seeing the things they come up with. It's pretty cool. Especially
yeah,
when it's like Mexican related.
yeah. That's another thing too. I kind of took from Fools Gone Wild. I'm not sure if you're interested. Know
Yeah,
about
I
Fools
know who
Gone
they are.
Wild. I mean, I was like, dude, like this is like it's funny, but also people just get to it, and also Latino culture is just there's a lot of stuff to play off of. That is just inherently funny. And us plus being in Salinas, we're all well, not all Latinos, but a
Yeah.
huge Latino population in Salinas. It goes hand in hand.
Yeah. Hell
And
yeah.
it's like the whole using the compa and everything like that. It gravitates to that group of people more. I feel like.
Yeah, I always like whenever I talk to people and like they always ask like, what kind of ethnicities are here in Salinas. I'm always like it's probably like about a third Mexican, a third white, and a third Filipino. And I was like
I
growing.
would say a little bit more than a third, but yeah, huge huge Latino culture in Salinas. Yeah, got a lot of my Filipino brothers out there too.
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I love Filipino food.
yeah, can't go wrong with that.
Yeah,
They
hell
know how to
yeah.
cook, that's for sure.
And you were still shipping stuff online, right? Or like, um,
Yeah, that's another thing too. Is we that kind of grew. I mean, like I had people in Florida, New York, North Carolina. I got white guys in North Carolina calling me compa.
yeah,
All thanks to
yeah.
the internet.
They're like, hey, I got a homie. Don't mess with that fool.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't care if you're in North Carolina. I don't care that you're white. You're still compa, all right?
Yeah, yeah.
You're compa
uh,
by law.
do you know a Gus Reyes?
I do not know a Gus Ray.
All right.
Or
Well,
if I do, I apologize. Maybe I'm terrible with names. That's
and
one
he
thing.
sees a lot of people every day. So,
Yeah,
but
that's fine. Yeah, Gus, if
but
I see you in the store, I apologize.
hey, if you see him in the store, Gus, tell him that you ignored him on the Why Not Me podcast. Nah, but he says what up, compas.
All right.
I guess I'm compa number 3 now, huh?
Yeah, couple number 3. There you go.
Whenever you need like an hour or two of work, hit me up.
Yeah, here you go.
So we'll get away from the COVID talk. You know, I kind of wanted people to see I guess a work day. You know, the work style that you go through. We can go through a little more funner questions now. That way, people can kind of see a little bit of your background. What was the first video game you remember playing?
Ooh, good question. I'd be Mario Brothers.
Mario
That was
Brothers
the first
on
game.
the
Yeah, I
NES.
remember. Yeah, on NES. I was pretty young when we got that, so I don't remember the whole story of how we got it. I'm sure my mom bought it. My mom bought us
Yeah.
everything.
Do you have siblings?
Oh yeah, I'm the middle child. I got an older brother. I got a younger brother.
So you were player 2?
Yeah, I was player 2. If my other brother was lucky, he got to play at all.
he got the control that wasn't connected.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say that my uncle was a huge gamer. Actually, maybe earlier we were playing on his video games. He had like Ataris and stuff growing up. So maybe my first system being played might have been an Atari at my grandma's house. But vividly remembering would be Mario Brothers.
Yeah, I think Mario Brothers was probably one of my first ones too that I can remember. I'm a little younger, so I remember the Super Nintendo. It was probably Super Mario World, but it had the All-Star. It was the All-Star one, so it had all the old school games on there too.
We just had that box in at the beginning of whole COVID shutdown.
Okay. Yeah, so I remember playing that. That was pretty dope.
Hold on. I got a picture that I keep in my office. Hopefully you can see it right here.
All right, cool. I'll put it on just me right now. What up, everyone? We're gonna see what compa has for us. Hey, John, you still watching? Oh, let's see.
Okay.
All right, you're gonna go on full screen right now.
Keep in my office to kind of grounded. That's me playing a Nintendo when I was probably like 6 or 7 in this picture, maybe a little bit younger. Not sure if you can see that.
Yeah, we can see it.
It kind of keeps me grounded, you know. That's where I came from. That's why I do this. I mean, when it all comes down to it, yeah, I do this as a business. I do it to, provide for my family. But it's all, if I didn't care about it, I wouldn't be doing it, you know.
Hell yeah, that's sick, bro. Oh, and John, you know how you said you had a delicious IPA that you recommended for compa?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, this is tequila and a bang.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
doing it big. You're gonna be up all night.
Yeah, normally I have vodka, but I ran out of vodka, so I had to use tequila.
What flavor bang did you get?
It's the red, white, and blue one.
Okay.
I don't know the star one. I don't know.
Yeah, my wife loves that stuff. She drinks that stuff all the time.
Yeah, I like the peach mango one.
Yeah, that one's a good one too. They actually have a sour. Like a sour gummy worm or something like that. It's really good too.
Well, I get the 34 or the 24 pack at Costco, and I get it specifically for Wednesdays. I like to drink. Yeah, for real. I like to drink. I take a shot before I get on here, and then I'll mix my drink. That way, the alcohol makes me feel a little more friendly, I guess, more in a relaxed mood. And then the energy drink, well, dude. I wake up early to go to work, so I don't want to be all tired talking to you guys. So
yeah,
I feel like it's a good mix. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
And any flavor is pretty much good with vodka and apparently tequila.
Yeah, can't complain about that.
Yeah,
I just finished off my my Yeti filled with Pacifico. So
hey, that's like my favorite Mexican beer right there.
Yeah,
Pacifico.
Can't go wrong.
Hell yeah, dude. Micheladas, I'll pound those things.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, bro. On my vacation, that's all I was drinking.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with those, man. Well, you only have so many that you get a little bit of the bloat going.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. Victoria too. I feel like that's a good alternative.
That's an underrated beer. People always talk about your Modelos, your Corona, Pacifico. Victoria's underrated.
Yeah. I feel like Pacifico is kind of under there too. It's getting more popular, but I guess since I asked you what was your first game you played, what was your favorite childhood game you played?
Ooh, favorite childhood game that I played.
I know it's tough.
Yeah. Well, I'll say probably, yeah, I'd go with Super Mario Kart because growing up, it was me and my three brothers, and then down the street we had the Salinases, Gus and Ernesto, and we would just kind of like run back from. At our house, we had Super Nintendo. At their house, they had Sega Genesis. So they're
Yeah.
okay. Let's go to our house. We're gonna play Super Nintendo. Okay, we're playing this. Let's go play outside. Okay, let's go to their house and let's play Sega Genesis.
Oh yeah.
But we would throw down on Mario Kart. You'd have the race mode where you could just play the two players going head to head. If you got last, you got to get out. And then we also threw down in the whole battle versus. You got that ice level. Just keep on doing skiddies across. Trying
With the
to
balloons and all that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
So
bro.
we throw down. So that kind of ties in with like a lot of my younger gaming memories are tied in with other childhood memories. I know a lot of people always talk about like Secret of Mana or like all these RPGs they played when I was a kid. And to be completely honest, I never played those games when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I know that they're all well reviewed and classics, but I wasn't playing Secret of Mana when I was a kid. I just wasn't into it.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I like Donkey Kong. I like Mario.
Yeah, Donkey Kong, Mario.
You like how I said GoldenEye.
Like I remember playing. I'll probably get murdered for saying this, but I remember playing Final Fantasy VII. I'm like, it's like reading a book.
Yeah. All the words. Yeah, I never really played that, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was like, I think I rented that from Blockbuster. I'm like, forget this, and granted, that game I've sold so many copies of, and it's probably bought me down payment on my house. But
Yeah. So hey, it's the memory that keeps on giving.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a deposit that you did way back in the day at that Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And I think maybe my RPG, I guess if you could call it RPG, was or the one where you read the letters, was Legend of Zelda. I remember when I was a kid, I was like, my mom's friend, she had the gold cartridge, the Ocarina of Time, and I remember I was like, oh, I'll try it out, I'll borrow it, and then like I was stuck when you were a little kid, and I was like, this game's all right, and then I finally passed it to like where you grew up. And I was like, damn, this game's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It was hard,
also,
dude.
This is all pre-internet days, so if you didn't have a guide and you got stuck, you're screwed,
Yeah, bro. Like you'd play for like
now you just
half
hop
an
on
hour.
your phone, you watch some other guy beating, you're like, oh, okay, that's what I do.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. I remember being frustrated. I was like, you know what? I'm not playing this game for like a week, and then come back and just get it. Yeah, bro. So it's crazy. Like sometimes, like when you play a video game, like you know nothing about, and you're like, damn, this is insane. This is like, why have I never tried this before? And
yeah, I mean that happens a lot. It kind of opens your eyes if you don't, you got to try new things too.
That's
sometimes
the moral of the story, huh?
Yeah, sometimes you're gonna hate it.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're like, oh, this is my jam.
But at least you know for a fact that you wouldn't like it.
Yeah,
not
exactly.
Like maybe I won't like it.
That's another thing that I kind of promote the story. Like people always say, like, "Oh, I heard this game sucks." Like, well, have you played it? Oh no. Like, well, wouldn't you want to figure out for yourself if it sucks or not?
For $59.99, you can find out.
Yeah, exactly. That too. But at the same time, people just kind of go on what other people say too much.
Yeah.
It's almost like you follow, like you're being a follower. It's like, okay, well, that guy that I follow on Instagram or YouTube says it sucks, so it has to suck.
And he might not have even played it.
Yeah, just like doing it for the content, doing it for the cred. But yeah, so I always tell people it's best to find out for yourself, or at least do more research into it.
Yeah.
Especially now, everything's at the tip of your fingers. You could do research into it and see if you like it or not.
But I guess for $60, it's kind of like a crazy gamble to go find out too.
It's that's what you want to be, an informed shopper. You do some research before you're putting down your money
on anything. On anything, yeah.
That goes for anything, yeah.
Because
that's the key advice right there.
Yeah,
plus, if you don't know, look into it.
Yeah, I look at hella reviews before I buy anything online, or like anything expensive, especially.
Yeah, or another thing too, is you want to see what you're buying too. And at Gamers in Control, you can come in and see it.
Yeah, exactly. The funny thing is, and this is kind of an abstract concept, but if you can live in any world from any video game, what would it be?
Ooh, damn. I don't know. I don't want to die, so it's a good one. What's funny is like I would want to say Gears of War,
Yeah.
because everybody's just like big and yoked out, and you're just like annihilating people with like a chainsaw. That's
Yeah.
pretty badass. At the same time, I don't want to like have my head shot off.
Yeah, like pop like a
If I have,
watermelon.
yeah, but if I have unlimited lives, I'll say Gears of War because everybody's just like big, yoked out, and you're just kicking the shit out of people.
You just can't
So
jump.
you just can't you could dive though.
Yeah.
that's that's the price you pay when you have like 25-inch python. So
Hell yeah, bro. I think Gears is one of my favorite series.
yeah, I think it's a good blend of action. The early ones had amazing story,
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good
The first
character
two were dope.
development. Yeah, really good character development. You don't really see that too much nowadays.
That's-
You want to get invested. Like, no spoiler alert, but like when Dom dies, you're like,
yeah, exactly,
no.
bro. That shit sucked. Or his wife died too. You're
No.
like, damn.
Yeah, But now when people die in games, people want to go on the internet and flame the game. Like, oh, this game sucks now because this character died. It's like, oh, okay.
Did you play The Last of Us or The Last of Us 2? I've never played those games.
No, you know what? To be honest, we've always had PS4s at the store. I've never really hooked one up at my house to play. Um, so I've always been more of a after Xbox. After I had PS2, Xbox, GameCube all at one time. To be completely honest, when you're running a video game store, well, running a successful video game store, you don't have all the time in the world to be actually playing video games.
Yeah.
So it has to be something where I'm really invested to when a game comes out that I'll make time to do it. Like I'll do it for every Resident Evil game that comes out, or if I see something that's coming out, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna set some time aside to actually play this game. I can't, I don't have the time to just go in and play everything. Last
Yeah.
of Us, I probably should. I'll say that, but I mean, that's a huge game. That's kind of the game that I was alluding to because people were flaming that game for certain stuff that went on into it.
Yeah, I heard the
Even
second
before the
one,
game.
people said it got all crazy. The
Yeah, that one's a newer game, so I won't go into that stuff. But I mean, yeah, just a lot of people like not even playing the game or just hearing that somebody said something about the game and then they just flame it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like right now.
Like yeah, there you go.
In your career, I'm assuming you go to like you've probably been to conventions and stuff. Do
Mhm.
you go to like do you have pop up shops too, or what are like events you go to or?
So events that we would go to, which we started doing, I'd say I think it was like about 4 years ago. We did our first Portland Retro Gaming Expo.
Oh, Portland.
Yeah, so Portland Retro Gaming Expo. If you're any kind of retro gamer, you need to go to at least one time in your life. This is this huge, huge auditorium that they have in the convention center in Oregon, and they just fill it up with, of course, a ton of vendors, but they'll have panels from games, from retro games. They'll have a huge free play arcade. They have a huge stage set up for competitions. It's basically everything to deal with retro gaming or in one place, and it's amazing. You have to go. We love it because we make a ton of money when we go there. That's the show where if we have a game that's worth like $4,000, we take it up there and we know we're gonna sell it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that's
that
where the
one,
clientele is, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
basically everybody knows it has the reputation of being the hottest spot for if you're a retro collector. They come. I mean, we come from California. We drive up there. Beautiful drive, not too bad. But I mean, people come
All
from
along the
Chicago.
coast or what?
Not along the coast. You go more inland, but
Ah, dude, I
I
hate that
mean,
drive. Where you go through
uh,
the where you go through the forests?
yeah, man, yeah, it's good stuff. Especially when it's usually held in October, so like you're seeing fall and well, when you get to Oregon, it's nice. In California, you're kind of just like, yeah, the first part sucks.
What?
But in
Yeah.
Oregon, like you're seeing all the fall colors and the leaves and everything like that. That's really cool. Hopefully, you don't get any rain. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, that was the big one. We do that one. We do SoCal Retro Gaming Expo. Those are the main ones. We've done ones before in Arizona. As far as I'll go out is Arizona, and as far as I go north is Portland.
Portland.
And then it's anything in SoCal I'll do because it's just so close, and I have friends in SoCal.
Yeah.
So you just
So it turns into a
pop
business
over.
trip slash like a
Yeah,
relaxation.
you see the family, you see the kids, you see everybody, so it's a good, and then you make some money, you drive back. So I do like those. I will plan on, when we get back to normal,
Yeah.
doing more of those shows, and then also filming more content for those shows. That's one thing I felt like I dropped the ball on. We go to all these places. I'm also focused on selling that I'm not focusing on getting any content for the store.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. But that sucks. Even on your vacation or your business trip slash vacation, you still can't enjoy it too much because you still gotta worry about
Yeah,
selling, right?
you got a job to do, and so you gotta keep the task at hand. You can't go out and party too much.
So, does compa number two stay in the store while you go out there?
Yeah, so compa number two will hold down the store. He'll be there. We're lucky because we're on the outside now. We get to like kind of shorten our hours, need be. I don't like running up the long days like the mall does. The mall, I mean, even before, obviously before all this stuff, they go like 10 to 9, and then even on the like holidays, they're doing crazy hours where they be open till like 11 o'clock at night. It's just ridiculous. So I'm not down with any of that. So I like keeping it about 11 to 8 or 11 to 8 right now, which when we go back to normal. So it's a full work day, but it's nothing stressful, for him. He's not working 12 hours.
Yeah. Now I was gonna say, I feel bad for compa number two that he doesn't get to go vacation and stuff. But
he goes to all the local ones. He goes to, like, they have killer swap meets, I think they call them, and he'll go to those. Like those are like in Campbell, and he has buddies there. So I tell him those ones are his. He could do those.
Okay, yeah. And but I was gonna say, like, during the whole COVID thing, wasn't he like not working? Wasn't it just
Yeah. So he I mean, it was better for him. We weren't open. Government's giving you all that money. Take the money.
You take it, bro. You're not gonna pay him that much.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, they give you an extra $600. Take it.
Yeah. Yo, wait, what?
No shame in that. So, like, just you give it to him. That's what I told him. I take it.
Yeah.
It's too good of a deal to pass up.
Oh yeah. And hey, break me off a piece.
Nah. Well, that's another thing too. Is like you have these. I've had numerous customers tell me they're like, "Oh yeah, I was on the unemployment, getting the extra $600, but then my job put me back on, and now I'm making less." It's like, how much do they care about you if they're just screwing you over like that? They just care. They care about their bottom line. It's like, oh, okay, you're gonna be making less money and working when you could have been, at home with your family.
Shoot, tell me about it, man. I've been working the whole COVID time, bro, and like everyone's been balling and not working. I'm like, what the hell? I've been busier than ever.
through rain, sleet, or snow, man. You
through COVID, through fire, bro. You know how there was the Salinas River fire or whatever right here by Carmel, and then there was the one in Big Sur. I know people in the Carmel Valley post office, and they shut down.
They saw the work?
Yeah, they shut down one of the routes because the whole house is burned. Like,
oh my god.
Yeah, and so like the rest of the carriers were still out there delivering mail.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was like, dude, what the? I was like, if one of them's on fire, I'm like, why are you guys still out there?
And, yeah, seriously.
Yeah. I was like, what if your truck breaks down and the fire starts spreading?
Yeah, and some of those trucks aren't.
Bro, yeah, I've gotten stuck in them too.
Yeah.
They got like 400,000 miles on them, bro.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Well, I guess they're not going to be getting a Mercedes-Benz to be off there.
Yeah, nah, bro, it sucks. There's no air conditioner in them.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Brutal.
It's terrible. So I feel for my coworkers when they're out there in the heat. Cause God,
oh yeah.
In the cold, you can at least work and warm up, but once it's like 100, like in San Juan, it gets to like 105 sometimes in the summer.
Yeah, there's no escaping it, man.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's hotter inside than it is outside. Like, you step outside and you're like, oh, this feels good.
Yeah. You're not in the tin box melting.
Yeah. So I know you said compa is kind of your alter ego. Is that your guys' mascot? Does the Gamers in Control have a mascot?
No, we don't have a mascot. I guess I am the mascot. I'm the face of the company, so I am the mascot. So yeah, I guess compa is the mascot for Gamers in Control.
Compa's the unofficial mascot.
The unofficial mascot.
That's pretty sick, bro. You gonna make a little bobblehead?
Oh, yeah, sure. That'd be pretty tight. Give me a Funko Pop.
Yeah, make like 5 or 10 of them. See how it goes.
Yeah, exclusives.
Yeah. um, I guess what's the worst customer that you remember having?
Oh God. I've had this will be fun. I've had a guy bring in a dog to the store without a leash, and the dog took a shit on the floor.
Oh, dang.
So I will say that that's probably the worst customer I've ever had.
And I'm sure the smell stayed in there for like 2 days too.
Luckily this was at the older location where we had the open this open sides,
Oh,
so
okay.
it didn't linger, and he was able to get it. But I was like, dude, what the hell? The guy just and of course he was selling stuff. He wasn't even buying anything. He was trying to
Yeah.
get some cash for some games, and this dog just comes around, takes a fat dump on the floor, and goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "You got to be kidding me!" I mean, he picked it up, but at the same
Oh,
time,
okay.
I'm
I was
like,
about to ask.
"Oh God, Jesus!" It's like you got to be kidding me. Like that's
That's the worst. So the dog was the worst customer you've ever had?
yeah, I'd say so. I mean, that's pretty bad. I mean, having a dog sit on the floor is pretty bad.
Uh,
I've I've had here's another gross story. I've had I don't blame the kid, obviously because he's a kid.
yeah.
This was when we were in San Jose. Um, the kid maybe been like 3 or 4, and he's just throwing like this big temper tantrum. He's like, "I want this game, I want this game," and the mom's like, "You don't even have this system," and he gets so angry, he bends over and just starts going, "Arr!" And then you just see puddles going down to the floor.
Oh, the fool in Super Saiyan?
Yeah, he was he was Super Saiyan 6.
That's gross, bro.
So I was like, and of course, I'm in shock because it was a small store, and I'm like, you hear the water hitting the floor. I'm like,
Yo,
okay, you there?
yeah, it crashed real quick. Zoom. I don't know what the heck is up with the thing, but anyways, you're back. We're back.
Oh, okay.
That was
This is
weird.
good content, man.
Yeah, I
Scooping
know, bro.
stories.
We got kicked off the internet.
Yeah. I've had kids throw up in the store. That's always fun.
Yeah, damn, bro. And you got to clean it up, right? Or
No, for the most part,
the
I mean,
the
the
parents cleaned it
parent
up?
the parent was out for that one, so they cleaned it up, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's kids, you know. You can't.
Yeah,
Stuff happens. I mean,
I
I don't
get
have
it.
kids, but it happens, you know.
Yeah.
So it's kids and animals.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's
It'd
insane.
be a different story if it was a grown man doing
Yeah,
it.
hi. Not I think well the worst with the dog, I think it was like on its it was on the time of its month or whatever. And
Oh
like yeah,
God.
there was like blood on the floor and I was like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
Oh,
Yeah.
at your
Yeah,
store?
it was
Oh
leaking or
man.
something. Yeah, and
Jeez.
I was like, "What the hell?" And my coworker cleaned it, but I, I was just gonna spray it and like put a
You
rag
made, you
on
made your
my shoe.
coworker clean that?
Well,
Come on.
she wanted to clean it, so I'm not gonna say no.
I'm gonna ask her next time I go. Like, hey, did you clean up that? No.
Exactly. And do you remember seeing the video from GameStop about
Oh,
the person that I guess they called him ma'am or man
oh
and
God.
they went
Yeah,
crazy.
that's disheartening. Because that's terrible. Um, we have a lot of customers who are trans, queer, gay, lesbian, all that, and seeing that guy go out of his way to do that to that customer was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like I'm sure they got sued, but I mean, I was like, you got to be kidding me, man. I would never think about that. Even like I feel bad sometimes because I'll say like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" and there'll be like a group of like women walking
yeah,
in, but you're so used to saying guys, to
yeah.
like everything. You're like, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that anymore."
Or
So it's like
sometimes
that.
sometimes you'll look up like you're doing something and you'll glance up and you're like, oh, how can I help you, bro, or man, and then it's like a woman, you're like, oh, I'm sorry, like I've done that
Yeah,
on accident every once in a while
yeah, but yeah, like you could tell that guy was going out of his way to like
to
disrespect the
antagonize
customer.
them,
I'm like,
or her.
that's brutal. Needless to
Yeah.
say, we ain't down with that.
Yeah, I've seen videos too. I guess they're only gonna give the guy like $10 for a game or something, or like
Oh,
40 bucks
I've seen
for a
that one too.
system, and he just like trashes the whole store. I was like, damn.
I was like, at the same time, I'm like, oh, it's kind of funny, but I'm like, oh, well, I'm glad it's not my store.
Yeah, exactly, bro. That when I see stuff like that, I was like, I don't even know what I'd do if a customer did all that.
I know, like you're just be like, I'd be in shock. I've
Yeah,
never had anybody do anything like that. I mean, I've had like the kid who's thrown a temper tantrum and knocked something over, but I mean, like for a grown adult to do something like that,
yeah.
it's
A
like,
grown kid, I guess.
yeah, I guess, yeah, that'd be, knock on wood, right? I
Yeah,
mean, we keep everybody cool. I'm always like, even if somebody doesn't like the price, I'm just like, well, those are the facts. I can't give you, I'm
yeah,
not going to give you, $50 for your Madden 2005. Sorry.
yeah. What? That's a classic, bro.
Yeah.
um, I guess one of the last questions I'll ask you before we go to the live questions is do you have like when I go to GameStops they have like TVs playing on in the background? Do you have something like that going on?
We used to, but then I took it down to make room for more Funko Pops.
Ah, okay. So something that'll make you money instead of
Yeah,
cost you money.
Funko Pops have taken over that side of the store. So I always joke around like I'm gonna knock down the wall so I can take over the next door store and make
Uh,
that the Funko Pop section.
oh, I was gonna say Blaze Pizza, but there's another store next to you, huh? The
Yeah, there's they used to, RIP Mythic Games. They closed down.
oh, they
'Cause of
did close
COVID.
down.
Yeah, I mean they still have their Monterey and Santa Cruz stores, I believe, still open. But yeah, they're going to be in a tough spot because of everything that's going on. They were basically making money with card selling and people playing
And
games,
people going in there.
and all that going forward until they get vaccines. It's just not going to happen.
For the longest time, I thought you guys kind of were like the same business or like collaborated together.
Yeah, we were. Funny enough, right when all this happened, we were actually talking about doing collaboration with the tournament, and then all
Yeah.
this happened.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Because
needless to say, that ain't happening no more.
what did they sold cards there? Is that it or
Yeah, trading card games like Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, Magic the Gathering,
Magic? I think Magic's so popular.
all that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
mhm.
Or
I think
maybe.
they're really good with the Pokemon, the
Oh, okay.
Pokemon.
Yeah, that sucks, man. And like I said, I would see it from far for the longest time. I'm like, oh, those stores are probably like the same store or the same owners or something. But
Yeah, no, they were. I forget. I was there. Well, I was on the inside before them on the out. But yeah, when I moved next door to them, and people were like, "Oh, people will come into our store thinking that we were them, and then vice versa." But now we get a lot of their old customers coming in, and be like, "Oh, you guys sell dice?" I'm like, "Oh no, maybe start selling dice too."
yeah, maybe, bro. Start off with a small quantity and see how
Yeah.
it goes.
There you go. Be like, "Hey, got these 6-sided dice,
Yeah,
8-sided dice."
yeah, and if not, take about a compa number two's paycheck.
No, 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 Roberto, we're not doing that.
When he checks his bank account, be like, "Hey, it says zero." Be like, "Oh, well, here's your pay." Just give
I
him
got
the
some
dice. Nah, but well, that sucks. R.I.P. to Mythic Games, man. That's crazy.
Yeah,
You hate to see it. But
yeah, you don't want to see that stuff. Not good.
well, I'm glad to see that you guys are still up. Man,
Yeah, we're still plugging away. It's, I guess, another crazy kind of silver lining has been because everybody's stuck at home, everybody's playing video games.
yeah, that's true.
Like
Uh,
our first month back, like we came back in May and June. That first month of June was basically we sold the same amount as what we would have sold for like Christmas because people wanted to, well, first of all, people wanted to get out, they wanted to go do something, they wanted to shop, and then you can't do anything, so you're out buying video games so you can go home and play video games. So that was a huge part. So I thank everybody out there for supporting Gamers in Control. You guys really came through for us. We're always good. I always tell people, people always say like, oh, we love coming to your store. I'm like, well, you keep coming back, we're gonna stay here.
hell
You
yeah.
guys keep us alive.
No, that's
And
true,
I'm still
bro.
gonna do what I can to get. I'm gonna always have better prices. Do what we can for you guys that way.
Hell yeah. I think that's the perfect way to wrap this little segment up. Actually, you know what? Since you're talking about your customers and your little base,
Mhm.
what's some advice you can give my fan base or my top three squad, I guess is what I'll call them.
I mean, you always want to be appreciative. I think that's a really big thing to do is be appreciative of who you have following you. Um, take the time out to talk to them, uh, try to get to know everybody a little bit better. That's what you want to do. You want to build a connection because, especially nowadays with everybody online shopping, I, you want to give them more of a reason to come see you. Like I know I have customers who they come like, yeah, they're going to come pick up the new Super Mario 3D All Stars, but they're always be like, oh, hey, what's up? Did you see the AEW last night or whatnot? Like, oh, you watch that A's games? Like, oh, you see what's going on with the NBA? It's a little bit more of a social connection while you're giving them a service. So it's always good to connect. I mean, it is hard sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. There's sometimes where I'm like, I'm going through something, or the A's just blew a game and I'm pissed off, and then somebody hits me up like, "Oh, hey, compa, do you have this game?" I'm kind of like, I don't want to read the messages, you know. And, like if I click on it, I don't reply right away. Just be like, if people get that's what they'll say. People get pissed off if they get left on red nowadays, like way too much,
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I have like 15 people, especially after I try to I do an update for anything like 64, like yesterday. I just get flooded with messages, and if I don't get back to somebody in time, they're like, oh, thanks. I'm like, oh, bro, come on, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're one
Give me
guy.
some slack here,
They don't want to be the side chick, bro.
Yeah.
But
I'm like, well, first of all, the game was already sold. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, no, it's crazy times, bro. Crazy times. But
Yeah.
we're gonna go into the live questions. The people that are watching, you guys can go ahead and ask the compa any question you want. It can be
Not any question. No.
any question doesn't mean he's gonna answer it. Whether it's about him or about his company, but this is your chance to talk to him. So make it smart. Don't make it dumb. I mean, if it is dumb, at least make it entertaining.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a quick 45 second break. Go ahead and get your questions up. John Wilson, you want to talk about the A's? Go ahead and ask questions about what he thinks about the A's or something like that. All right, let's take a quick break.
1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Public service announcement for people out there listening to this funky ass back album. Check it out.
All right, we're back, compa. All right, so far we got two questions. One from John Wilson. He said, or he's asking, who's your favorite current A's player? Sorry.
Oh, my favorite current A's player. I'm gonna go with the homie Ramon Laureano. Guy plays with his hair on fire. He's a great center fielder. He has that spark. He almost took off the whole Houston Astros bench. So I'm gonna go with Ramon Laureano.
Was that during the time they were cheating, or is that after?
That was after they were. No, that's when that happened this year. They so one of the bench coaches was talking shit to him, and he just ran to the whole dugout and was like, kick everybody's ass.
Hell yeah, let's go. With or without a bat.
Let's do it.
All right, so let's see. Anna Mendoza is asking from YouTube. Also, is my sister-in-law. Do you plan on starting any other business or businesses?
Right now my main focus is Gamers in Control and writing this. I do always have an eye to the future for something else. I don't really see me ever having a boss per se. I'm always going to be doing my own thing. I do know that things don't last forever, to say, I'm sure one day, everything will be old digital and direct to download. I don't see that happening anytime soon. At the same time, I know it's gonna be in the future. You know, we're not gonna be still buying physical cards when I'm 55. You know, so I'll kind of be doing to keep my eyes towards the future, stuff like that. What? Don't know yet, but I've never been one not to want to work hard and you know, put the effort in to make something work.
All right, that's a good answer. When are you 55 tomorrow?
Oh, only 37, bro. I still got a ways to go.
And well, they are pushing towards more digital too. Like the new PlayStation, Xbox is coming out. The cheaper ones are digital only without a disc.
Yeah, see, that's where one misstep that I think they're doing is I always say you can't be half pregnant. You know, you can't offer the one with the disc drive and then one without the disc drive. If you're gonna do it, you go all in, and you're just like, boom, it's download only. That's the only way it's gonna take over.
Yeah, no, I agree, bro.
If you're giving them the option of, I mean, yeah, 200. I mean, $200 is it's a decent amount of money. But if you're saying like, okay, well, I can still buy used games, or I can still borrow a buddy's game, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
that
say.
option, that's I'll pay the extra $200 up front, you know, to have that option going forward. I always put this home with people. When you buy something digitally, you don't own anything. You know, like you don't own it. You know, you can't. It's not a tangible asset. You say you buy, you're like tomorrow, or oh shoot, I was supposed to say that. Super Mario 3D All Stars.
Hey, exclusive right here. Let's go.
Yeah, we're having Super Mario 3D All Stars in tomorrow.
Hey, so anyone that's not watching live, they're not gonna find out till tomorrow anyways, because I'm gonna have to re-edit it since it's split in half. So it won't upload till tomorrow. So anyone watching live, that's the exclusive from Gamers in Control.
That's the exclusive. But yeah, so like you're buying that game, you're buying it physical, you actually own it. If you just bought it digital, you couldn't say times get tough and you need to sell some stuff. You can't go and sell that game. You know that your $60 is gone. You know it's always good to have a tangible asset.
No, I agree. And then I think even too when you buy it digital, I think there's some terms of service saying that you don't own the game. You only are borrowing it until they say whether they're gonna cancel it or
Exactly.
something along those lines.
Yeah, you don't own anything. You're just paying a fee to play the game. You don't own it.
Yeah, and that's crazy. And then too, like you were saying, you said people like to borrow games. People like to buy them used, and then people also like the cases. I know a lot of people that like to see like a bookshelf full of cases. I don't.
Yeah, no, I mean, it kind of goes to our culture. Americans love having stuff. You know, they're always like, look at the stuff I have. I mean, I'm guilty. If I turn my camera around, you see all this stuff I have. You know? They like having stuff and showing off collections. You know, collecting is a huge part of Americana.
Are those signed baseballs behind you?
Yeah, I got my collections of baseballs right there. I got some statues. I got my bobblehead. I'm getting big on bobbleheads because I got a lot of you know, A's games, Warriors games.
I got my memorabilia right there too. Look.
There you go. See, yeah.
So yeah, Americans like their stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, I granted that will probably change the younger generations. We'll see. You know, who knows? But I imagine it's just kind of the way we're brought up. I mean, the boy with the most toys, right? People always they always want to have themes, you know. So we'll see. But yeah, people like having stuff, and when you digitally download stuff, it's like, oh, look at my memory card.
Yeah, exactly. The only reason that I like that, the only reason I have digital over physical is because me and my cousin, we share accounts on the PlayStation and the Xbox. So
yeah, if you have something like that, that's okay. But I mean, at the same time too, it's like you don't. I guess that's. I mean, yeah, that's completely fine on what you guys are doing. I mean, yeah, if you guys go, and plus if you guys go half in on it, you know.
Yeah, or he'll buy one game and then I'll buy the next one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that's the only reason
fine.
I do digital. But like for my Switch, I like buying the physical because I can't let them borrow. Like we can't do that on the Switch. So I like having the actual physical game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I can see why they're trending towards digital. I'm sure a lot of purchases are digital as well, but
yeah, I mean, of course the game makers, they want it to go digital. You know, it's less stuff on the production side. But there's still too much of a pie out there. Too big of a slice of the pie out there for physical.
Yeah,
For
no,
them
I
to
agree, bro. So
yeah.
who knows? Who knows? We'll see what goes on. But Laura Mendoza, my fiance, is asking, have you considered doing merch for your business?
That's the thing that we probably should do more now, especially with this whole Kumpa gimmick going on. I mean, I've done shirts before. Like, I'm a really big wrestling fan, so I'll just like rip off wrestling T-shirts and do that. We have this one. We have the NWO one. But I should probably get some more centralized Gamers in Control Kumpa themed. I do have a plan to make a Kumpa home shopping network one, and then on the back, I survived COVID.
Yeah.
Well, when we get over all this.
Yeah. No,
I've been waiting for us to survive it.
Yeah, I was about to say you gotta survive it first all the way.
It's still too early to put it through.
Gus Reyes was asking, why did you relocate from San Jose to Salinas? He mentioned it earlier. I hate when shows say like, oh, go read my book, oh, go watch this episode. So pretty much his contract was up. They didn't want him. They got screwed over because they're dumb. And he's doing good.
Yeah, yeah. They basically just don't want to re-up my contract because they just wanted to have national retailers. I have never been to that mall since then because I hold a grudge like no other.
He fought the security guards on his way out. He's not allowed.
Yeah. No, the security guards there were my boys. Those guys were cool.
You slid him games. You slid him some games. Like, yeah, don't tell them. All right. Well, that looks like it's all the questions. Do you have a question for me?
Who's going to be your next guest?
I kind of don't like to say. The only reason,
okay.
the only reason I don't like saying is sometimes like plans can change, like something comes up. But
I mean, yeah, it took us 2 times to get this one down.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the only reason I don't like to say. But if all things go accordingly to plan, it's gonna be a tattoo artist.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I like tattoos, so why not get a tattoo artist?
Yeah. Why not?
It would have been sick to get a tattoo and do the podcast at the same time.
Oh wow. That's next. I like the thinking. That's next level right there, Jerry.
And then I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, you wouldn't be able to hear anything. It'd just be like, zzz.
Yeah. And then you're crying. No.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Who's cutting onions?
Yeah. Does it hurt?
Yeah, I always like asking people if they got a question for me. About like 80% of the time, it stumps them. They're like, I don't care about you.
Yeah. Talk more about me.
No,
but,
all right.
Let's see. Can you talk about your work real fast? Because I got a question for you about your work.
Yeah, go for it.
The dumbest question somebody's asked you at work.
At the post office, right?
Yeah, post office.
Well, I get a lot of dumb questions. Someone's asked me if I've seen a letter. It's like I'm like, can you clarify a little bit? And then they tell. Well, maybe not the dumbest question, but I asked someone a question and they responded very stupidly. They were asking on the phone if they had a package there for them. And I was like, maybe, like, and I was like, where do you live? And they're like, I don't know. I was like, you don't know your address? And they're like, no, not really. I was like, okay, can you go outside and look at the stop sign and tell me what it says? So they went, they looked, they told me what it said. I was like, all right, what's your house number? And they're like, I don't know. I was like, what? I was like, all right, can you go outside and look at your house and tell me what number it says? And then, so, they eventually figured out their address, and then they didn't even have anything there. And
I'm just shocked at how they would first get a package there, because you have to put in your mailing address.
Bro, it was probably on their like parents' account or something. They sound like they were like 18 or 19. So maybe it's just automatically like sent, like they just hit like pay or something.
Yeah, buy now.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Or maybe it was for their parent and they were asking. But yeah, dude, I was like, are you kidding me? You don't know your address? Like,
and even unless you're like 8 years old, man. I mean,
nah, dude, I think 8-year-olds know their address.
Yeah, that's true too.
A lot of people don't know how to send letters. Like, they don't know where to put like their address and like the two. Like they don't know to put their information on the top left and 2 in the center. And
Oh,
you know, that's not too bad. It's understandable. A lot of people don't mail a lot of stuff when they're younger, so I can see that. Yesterday, some younger lady, she was with her mom and like she didn't know how to do it. And her mom's like, "Oh, you never sent a letter before?" She's like, "You don't got bills?" She's all clowning her. I was like, "Oh, dang." I was like, "Relax." I was like, "Oh, it's fine. It happens a lot. Don't worry."
Yeah.
I was like, "I've seen worse."
Dude, well, I could do a TikTok video though.
Yeah.
I can't send a letter, but I can do a
Exactly.
TikTok video.
Anna Mendoza, my sister-in-law, has a question for me. She's asking if I would tattoo my fiance's name on me.
Ooh, that's a loaded question.
Yeah, the answer is no. I think. Sorry, I think those are too
That's
crazy.
bad luck, bro.
Yeah, those are too crazy.
That's bad
Aaron
luck, brother. You
Salinas,
don't want to go there.
you know how people get the lips tattooed on them of
Oh,
like
yeah.
their significant other? I seen a guy, he had that tattooed on him, and then on the other side right here, it said "fuck that bitch," like
Oh god.
big, yeah. And like I looked and I was like, "Bro, you're savage," like,
Yeah.
like.
Voices.
Yeah, I was
Choices.
like, dude, you're never gonna get a job anywhere.
Unless it's a tattoo artist.
They're telling me to do it for the podcast.
Oh yeah. Anything for the gram. Or for the
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah, no, I'm not, I'm not that down. All right, so since you're a gamer, I assume you like being competitive, right?
Sure. Yes.
Okay, right. Oh, well,
Yeah.
you just play just to have fun.
I don't play online anymore because you can only get your ass handed to you so much by like 12-year-olds.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, I'm competitive. I guess I would say I'm competitive in business. So yeah, I am competitive.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you some questions. You're gonna have 30 seconds to answer this or that. That they're gonna be questions that that way people can know you a little more.
Okay.
Anything we didn't cover. So, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, give me 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Xbox or PlayStation?
Xbox,
Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo?
Super Nintendo.
2D gaming or 3D gaming?
Ooh, 2D gaming.
Sonic or Mario?
Oh, Mario. You paid for my house.
Controller or mouse and keyboard?
Controller all day.
Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter?
Ooh, Street Fighter.
Single player game or multiplayer?
Single player.
Mario or Luigi?
Ooh, let's go with Mario.
Madden or NBA 2K?
Ooh, Madden.
And that time's up right there. You got 9 questions answered. The most is 13. So
Oh man,
yeah.
could have gone faster.
Yeah. Oh, hey, that was you were answering, not me. But that's the show. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah, man, this is fun.
And this is the part where you plug in any social media that you want, or any information for people to find you.
All right, so the big one is Instagram at THEGIC, the GIC on Instagram. That is our number one thing that we're posting right now. We do Facebook, but to be honest with you, Facebook kind of gets pushed back. Gamers in Control on Facebook. Instagram, though, at THEGIC.
All right. And where can they find you? Your physical store.
You can come to the store. We're located at the Northridge Mall. What's my address, Gary? No.
I don't know. Something North Main?
Yeah. 780 Northridge Mall, right there in front next to Blaze Pizza.
All right. Next to the Blaze Pizza.
Mhm.
And not that other store that's inside the mall. It's outside.
No, we're not going to Payaso stop.
All right. I appreciate everyone tuning in and watching this live. You guys got an exclusive today. This is why we do it. I will be live Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This episode normally uploads the day after anyways. I'm going to have to edit it and re-upload it. It's probably going to say I don't got as much views because it's going to be a new one technically, but the same one. So I'm sorry for any technical difficulties that you guys had to go through. But hey, we worked through it. And I appreciate you stopping by. You can go ahead and check out my other podcast. It's on a different YouTube channel. It's Top 3 Views. It's me and my cousin, Matthew Babata. We just talk about different topics. We talk about stuff that's trending, news, sports, politics, just whatever. So I hope you guys had a good one. Give a big round of applause to Aaron Martinez. He's the man. I accidentally put Aaron Hernandez on the description the first time.
No, man, no.
My bad, bro. But that's the show. I hope you guys had a good one and enjoy your night. Let's go. So I'm gonna put you on mute real quick, and I'll talk to you for a quick second after this is over with. So